friends, my name is Carrie Cox and welcome to my channel where we learn how to use our personal power to build a connection between our mind, body, and spirit. In today's video, we're going to talk about karmic connections. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and smash that bell notification button so you can be notified when I release future videos. So let's talk all about our karmic connections and what that is. And today we're going to specifically talk about it within the context of our twin flame relationship. Now, it's important to recognize that anyone can experience a karmic relationship. It doesn't have to be just within the twin flame community. So this video can be for anyone who's in a karmic relationship, but then also it's important to understand what that karmic relationship was all about when you are now experiencing a twin flame relationship. And you'll see some similarities between the karmic relationship and the twin flame relationship. And all relationships in our life are here to teach us something. They're here to show us something. That's why we have relationships to begin with. And the key to our relationships is inner transformation. We have these different relationships to help us transform within ourselves, to help us learn lessons, to grow, to expand, and to transform. We can achieve inner alchemy alone, or we can choose to achieve it in a relationship. Sometimes we need that karmic relationship or that twin flame or that soulmate to come along and to help us achieve that inner alchemy. I know for me personally on my journey, I needed my twin flame to come in to help me wake up. Him coming into my life is a huge part of my inner transformation, and I continue to grow every day because of my relationship with my twin flame. So karmic relationships work the same way. We have a karmic relationship with someone, and it's a relationship that was meant to be because it's meant to draw us into them so that we can learn a soul lesson. They're here to help us transform. And when we think of karmic relationship, we usually think of a very toxic relationship. And most of the time they are extremely toxic and they're negative in some way. It's probably one of the toughest relationships there is to deal with. And a lot of people have these karmic relationships with people who are narcissists. This is a common thing because narcissistic people create very toxic relationships. But it's important to realize that karma isn't here to punish us. We're not receiving karma because our soul did something really messed up. Basically, what happened is we have been learning this lesson over and over again, and it's been cycling through lifetimes. And you may even have some cycles that are cycling, like patterns that are happening in your current life, in this life, but it's usually work that the soul comes back to do so that it can move on from that lesson. It's basically unfinished business we had with someone in a past life, or it's debt that we have to pay to one another. These are people that probably have some kind of mutual karma with us, and once we learn that lesson we're supposed to learn, they will quickly move out of our life. So it's important to change our perspective on that toxic relationship, on that karma, and see it and be grateful for that experience and for the lesson that we learned so that we can heal from it and it can move on. When we're talking about a twin flame, a lot of times the karmic partner, who may be an ex-partner of one of the twins, is actually a karmic partner for both of the twins. This karmic partner usually comes in and is with one of the twins, creating a very toxic relationship prior to the twin flames coming into union together. They're there as a teacher to help the other twin prepare for the twin flame. And that karmic partner can create lessons that both of the twins will learn from. And a lot of people look at these karmic connections or relationships as very negative, and that's because that energy between them, it feels very dense. It's very heavy energy. And the denser it is, the more learning and healing that needs to be done. So sometimes you can end up with this karmic person for a while because there's so much karma that needs to be healed within. Now, before getting into a relationship with this karmic person, you may start to experience some deja vu and even some magnetism there. Just like you experienced when you met your twin flame, you're going to be drawn to that karmic person because your soul knows that you have this lesson that you need to learn with them. And so Your souls are guiding you together, drawing you together like two magnets. And so the attraction in the very beginning could be very magnetic, very intense, just like when you met your twin flame. It's just going to be on a different level. It's not going to be as intense. It's not going to be as magnetic, but there really is this magnetic energy drawing you together, and because the universe is bringing you together so that you can work on this wound before you end up meeting your twin flame. They're going to feel familiar to you, just like the twin flame was familiar to you, because you've had prior experiences in other lifetimes with this karmic person. The reason why the negativity in the relationship is so toxic is because this person is meant to trigger wounds for you. They're meant to trigger these negative aspects within yourself that are looking to be healed. And a lot of times, if you're with your karmic before your twin flame, they're looking to be healed before you come into union with your twin flame. This is what happened with me and my twin. It's a very toxic, very negative relationship that was meant to trigger and heal some wounds. And even currently now, still being triggered and wounds still being healed. But what happens is as soon as you start healing those major lessons, you will lose attraction for that karmic person, and that relationship will start to fizzle out, because the lesson that they were there, the major lesson they were there to teach you, has been learned, and there is no need anymore for that karmic person in your life. And so they will fall away at some point, as long as you're doing the inner transformation so that you can heal and move on from that person. We don't want to see that karmic relationship with any kind of regret afterwards, because they really were there to serve a divine purpose for you and your soul. This is a lesson we're not going to have to repeat in the next life. If we can move on from this and heal, then we don't have to come back and experience it again. So there's no need for regret of this relationship, because it helped us to expand and to grow at a soul level. It's also preparing us, if we're not currently in union for a twin flame, preparing us for union with our twin flame. Within that karmic relationship, you've probably experienced highs and lows, and they are like the highest highs and the lowest lows. And that's because it's really meant to trigger those old patterns, the old beliefs, the wounds. And within this karmic relationship, we can get caught up in these really negative patterns and behaviors like codependency and jealousy, anger and frustration, and very pouty behavior. And we may do a lot of repeating of the past through that relationship. And it's all in there for reasons. It's trying to trigger and show you cycles and patterns to get you to grow and learn from them, to recognize them. What I see happen sometimes with some of the twin flames that I coach is, as soon as they learn that lesson from the karmic, the attraction is lost and they are no longer being magnetized to one another, and they're able to let go of that relationship. And when they let go and they open their heart up and open that space up, that is when that twin flame comes into their life. When they let go of that energetic connection to that toxic relationship, that is opening space for the twin flame to come in. And that's where a karmic relationship is much different than a twin flame relationship. The twin flame relationship, you aren't going to be able to break that bond between you. That once you start healing and transforming and growing, that's not going to pull you away from your twin like it does your karmic partner. It actually increases the draw to your twin. You can become more and more attracted to the person, the more and more growth that you have, the more you find inner transformation, the more you're drawn to your twin flame. And this is because our twin flame is our energetic mirror for ourselves. So real quick before I close out this video, I just want to go over some common things that we might be being called to learn from our karmic partner, or that karmic connection we're having with someone. Some of the things we might be being called to learn is how to speak up for ourselves, how to live in our truth, how to voice our needs, how to voice our feelings, A common scenario between someone and their karmic partner could be an unhappy marriage. And it could be that they're brought together both as codependents, and they're being called to learn how to break up and how to become independent. And once that beginning period ends, where in the beginning, the energy, they're really drawn to one another. It's a little more intense. There's this strong attraction for one another. And when that starts to wear off and they start to see beyond the illusion, they start to experience these karmic strains with one another. They have a lot of toxic behaviors and fighting as they start to go through the process of where they're starting to be drawn apart, and they go through this breakup period. This is where they start to heal. And it's important, if you're in a twin flame relationship and one of you has a karmic partner, ex-partner, it's important to realize that twin, that is their karmic partner as well. And they aren't separate from one another. And in order to cope with this karmic person in their life, many people will find themselves experiencing addictions because of the level of toxicity of the relationship. Many people will turn to things like drugs or alcohol or other ways to escape what they're feeling, like binging on TV and Netflix, pornography, or even video games. Those are escape coping mechanisms. They are ways to not have to pay attention to what's going on in your life. So if you are finding yourself always trying to escape, having to go within, escape having to feel, or having to deal with that other karmic person, you'd rather go play a video game or get lost in the computer than deal with the karmic person, then that means that there is an issue going on where you're trying to escape from reality to not have to deal with that person. And that is not the best way to handle that. No one changes unless they want to. And if your karmic person is a narcissist, they will never change. So you cannot put that responsibility on someone else. The only person you can change is you. So it's important to do your inner growth to heal you and to heal and transform yourself so that you can create this relationship with your twin flame that only works if you're willing to do the work. And the twin flame relationship can be amazing if both parties want to do the inner work. But it doesn't always work because you can't make someone learn that lesson. They have to experience it and learn it on their own. Karmic relationships can leave people feeling like something is missing in their life, but it's important to do the inner work and to heal the karmic connection, to heal that lesson and learn that lesson. And if you haven't already met your twin flame, this could be healing that lesson, can be an opening yourself up to healing that karmic lesson and opening yourself up and creating space for that twin flame to come in can help you be on the right path. I know from experience that it is extremely difficult to deal with a toxic karmic partner, but it's important to know that your twin flame loves you unconditionally, and they do see you, and they will be able to give you everything you desire. So it's important to let go of the energy attachment to the karmic and to be grateful for the experiences and the relationships and the people that have come into your life. Even if in the moment it didn't seem like it was great, they did serve a divine purpose. I hope that this answered some questions for you on karmic relationship. Please hit the like button and share this video with other twin flames out there that may be dealing with a karmic partner. And I will see you in the next video. Love and light. Namaste.